toloka ha ke fetsa ka gore fela go tshwanetse gore batho ba tle ba itlwe buo yena ke bua Sesotho nna ke Sesotho seo re tla itlwa hantle ka gore fela ke tla bua Sengesemane sa batho. Mare date ona o tla toloka ha ke fetsang. I greet you all on this important day in the calendar of our country. We are gathered to officially launch the campaign on 16 days of activism, of no violence against women and children. The 2015 theme is Count Me In, together moving a non-violent South Africa forward. South Africa adopted the 16 days campaign for no violence against women and children in 1998 as part of building a society that is free of violence. The unity in the execution of this campaign has been remarkable over the years. Every year since 1998, government, non-governmental organizations, faith-based organizations, labor, business, media, and other sectors work together to broaden the impact of the campaign. The success has arisen because of the decision that we took as democratic South Africa not to cover up, deny, or condone violence against women and children. Violence and the abuse of women and children exist and must be fought by all of us. The scourge of abuse and violence occurs in both the home and in the public sphere. When women are hurt, they are hurt by people they know and love, and also by total strangers who want to exercise power over them. Domestic violence in particular must not be taken lightly. It is not a private matter when a man beats up a woman who perhaps may be his wife or girlfriend. It is a serious crime if a man does so. Our country takes this crime very seriously. We have declared it a priority crime. All communities and community members must treat it equally seriously because it is a serious crime. It should also be understood that the attacks on women and children is a gross violation of their human rights. It is a moral and ethical degeneration and a stain on our collective conscience. Sexual abuse of children, in particular, can lead to lost childhoods, they losing their childhood, abandoned education, physical and emotional problems, spread of HIV, and an often irreversible loss of dignity and self-esteem. We must therefore work together to make our country safe for women and children, persons with disability, and other vulnerable groups in our country. Our message is clear. The attacks, abuse, rape, and killing of women and children are cruel, inhuman, and degrading. We call upon women to report the cases of abuse and violence. Do not protect the perpetrators. Family members and neighbors must also work with the police to catch the culprits. We also appeal to our courts to hand down harsh sentences to those found guilty. This violence against women and children cannot be isolated from or removed from the general problem of violence in our country. Some people in our country tend to use violence to achieve their goals. Even when protesting, which is a democratic right, some of our people will resort to violence and violate the rights of others in the process of exercising their rights. We need to confront this problem and begin to eradicate the culture of violence in our country. Government has done a lot to contribute to a culture of no violence against women and children. Our country has always had the laws designed to deal with violence against women and children, such as Domestic Violence Act, Sexual Offences Act, and the Criminal Procedure Act, which must be used to fight this scourge. The amendment of our criminal procedure law resulted in laws that restricted bail or demanded life sentences for accused persons and those found guilty of rape of young children. Beyond these laws, we also need to look at socio-economic conditions which make women vulnerable. Unemployment forces some women to remain in relationships that are not conducive to their health and well-being. If a woman depends on the abuser of housing and general living expenses, they are unlikely to act and report a violent partner to the police or to walk out on them to protect their lives and that of their children. Women are also marginalized in terms of access to land, credit, and finance, which makes them prone to violence and abuse. The advancement of the economic empowerment of women is thus critical for us to fight the scourge of abuse and violence. I have instructed the economic cluster of ministers to ensure that all their programs contain activities that are beneficial to women. We urge the private sector as well to ensure that the employment and advancement of women is prioritized. The promotion of women so that they play a role in the management and control of the means of production is also critical. The extension of social services to improve the quality of life is also critical. This includes water, electricity, health care, education, and transport. These will improve the lives of women and reduce their vulnerability. Within the security cluster, work continues to assist in stopping violence against women. Since August 2013, 40 regional courts around the country have been upgraded into sexual offences courts and are fully operational. The rebirth of these specialized courts has contributed to the increase of the conviction rate in sexual offences. The rate has come up from 59% in the 2013 to 2014 financial year to 64% in the 2014 to 2015 financial year. Likewise, in 2014 to 2015, the regional courts linked to the Tutuzela care centers reported an increased conviction rate of 68% in these cases. The conviction rates had been 60% the previous year. We have made progress as well with regards to the sex offender register. Many more of the convicted sex offenders are restricted from working or doing business in areas that will expose them to children and persons with mental disability. Since 2012, the entries of sex offenders in the National Register for sex offenders took a dramatic increase from 3,526 to 17,500 last year. As at 30 October 2015, this figure has further increased to 21,495 registered sex offenders. To promote a justice system that is user-friendly to victims, government through the Department of Justice and Constitutional Department has deployed 161 intermediaries spread over all dedicated sexual offences courts. It has also installed 324 closed-circuit TV systems, 49 one-way mirrors, and established 222 child testifying rooms. It is our wish to see all criminal courts equipped with these gadgets. The re-establishment of the Sexual Offences Court also is one of the measures to increase conviction of perpetrators. South African Police Service has refurbished victim-friendly rooms at police stations. The rooms offer privacy to victims so that they are interviewed and have statements taken confidentially. The number of established victim-friendly rooms currently is 989 nationwide. The South African Police Service has also trained more than 6,000 members within the family violence, child protection and sexual offences units nationally on various aspects of dealing with sexual offences. The question of child support or maintenance is critical to the stability of households with children. We have and continue to work earnestly to improve the maintenance system in the country so that children cared for, as stated in the Constitution, are supposed to be cared for. I signed into law the Maintenance Amendment Act in September 2015 so that we can deal decisively with maintenance defaulters and make parents look after their children, especially fathers. According to the Maintenance Amendment Act, if a person has defaulted on paying maintenance, their personal details will be submitted to the Credit Bureau. This will prevent maintenance defaulters from continuing to receive credit while owing maintenance. This is important because lack of child support is a contributor or a contributing factor to vulnerability that causes violence against women. Let me reiterate, women and anyone who is abused, including men, must report abuse to the authorities. Government has established a 24-hour gender-based violence command center, which is run by the Department of Social Development. The toll-free call center provides support and counseling to victims of gender-based violence and is managed by qualified social workers. To date, the toll-free number has received 34,719 calls. Out of these, 5,146 calls related specifically to gender-based violence. The center was recognized globally as the best technology innovation contact center in the world for 2015 when it won an international award in the United States. In addition, the department is establishing safe houses to accommodate victims of gender-based violence and had child and youth care centers to accommodate abused children who require removal from their abused environment. Compatriots, the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa prohibits discrimination on the basis of gender and sexual orientation, amongst others. Having noticed that crimes against the lesbians, gays, and transgender individuals are perpetuated against them because of their sexual orientation, government established a national task team on violence against this specific group. South Africa is said to be the source transit and destination for trafficking in persons due to its development and the fact that it connects Africa to the world and vice versa. While men and boys are also the majority of trafficked persons, are also women and girls. We urge communities to be vigilant. If people come to you and offer to find a job for you or education far away for your child, they may be wanting to traffic your child. Let us not lose sight of our children. We must know where they are at all times. it is important to take care of our children, given the fact that people can now take human beings and sell them to others or in far places. Compatriots, government cannot win this war working alone. On this specific day, allow me to commend the efforts of non-governmental organizations, churches, labor unions, and community formations that are active in supporting government's program against the abuse of women and children. Thank you for your dedication, time, your passion, and your hard work. Government cannot win this battle working alone. We need you. We need to work together. I want to take this opportunity to ask you to partner with us as we roll out the national and provincial dialogues during the campaign. Our message today to the country is, count me in. Let each one of us use that kind of call. Which will be a call aimed at eliminating and working hard to ensure that violence stops, the violence against women and children. Let us say no to violence, to abuse, to bullying of women and children. Let us support incidents of violence. Let us report, not support. Let us report incidents of violence when it takes place in our communities. It is not a private matter if somebody commits violence against another one. Together, let us work for a society where we no longer read or hear about the abuse that women and children often suffer at the hands of heartless perpetrators. A society where they are safe at home, at school, and at work. That is a society we want. A society where children play safely outside and women walk freely in the streets. This is a society we should work for. We need a society that makes vulnerable citizens safe. If you do wrong things to another human being, now patla ibeha hantle ka Setswana ka Sezulu le re intswela boya. In other words, that says your doings are equal to the doings of the animal. You are only running short of hair to be an animal. Intswela boya. Baring? Bari ka Setswana ke selalume. Huh? Kiswer. Kiswer. Ki ona yeo. We don't want intswela boya phakathi kwethu. My report, my poison, sibanjwe, because it's wrong. It's anti-religion, it's anti-natural law, it's a bad thing. It's a bad thing to do something wrong to a small child or to an old granny. Hey man, ngabe ngizwe kahle leligama uthi kisini? Silalume. Silalume. Hey, aritsi badli silalumes among us. Huh? Hey, aritsi badli. So today, we are once again launching this campaign here among the people of this area, because we believe launching some of these campaigns must be brought to the people also who are in rural areas. It's absolutely important for us to do so, because we want all of us to participate in this campaign. Because if we always launch them in the cities and towns, we who stay in such areas, we might think this campaign does not belong to us. So this is an inclusive campaign that includes all citizens. So please, take part, be active, not just today or in the 16 days. Every day of the year, we must be active to reduce the impact of these wrongdoings. Director of the program, Dr. Premier, Mayor, Minister, it is my honor and privilege to declare the campaign of 16 days of activism of no violence against women and children officially open. Thank you very much.
Ke a leboga mogolokwane.
Get all the latest news from the SABC's online news services on our website. Breaking news and in-depth coverage of everything from business, sports to politics and lifestyle. Catch the top news clips and watch live streaming of major news events on the SABC News YouTube channel whenever. Stay connected on the SABC News Facebook page and have your say on news that matters to you. And for the latest headlines and live updates from our reporters, follow us on Twitter. SABC Digital News, anytime, anywhere.